Hello everybody and welcome back to another Legacy video. Today we are playing, as promised yesterday, Boros Energy. So this deck follows the same core as the Mardu Energy deck that we played yesterday, but instead of having the black for the hand attack and that type of interaction, we are instead going pretty low down, playing cards like Lotus Petal, Broadside Bombardiers, as just ways of getting the game over quicker. And also we just have less tricky mana between, since we only have two colors, we can play up to 3 plains, a basic mountain as well, just so we can really insulate ourselves from Wasteland, and then also play more of an aggressive game, getting to play cards like Sand Scout, which is a 2-drop that can both catch us up on lands, but also can make red tokens for our Ajani. And it makes tokens whenever we surveil lands, when we fetch lands. It's just a pretty solid 2-drop. And also, Lazotep Quarry is a desert we can grab, another MH3 include to get some more salty boomers about the MH3 cards. Lets us reanimate our creatures off of lands that we can tutor with Sand Scout. I was going to play one Cheeky Esper Sentinel. We get to play Static Prison in the main, which is a hedge to show and tell. Just something we can put in that eats their omniscience. Just good anti-combo stuff. And yeah, just a more low-to-the-ground, aggressive, slightly more resilient to land hate version of the Energy Shell. And let's get into a league. Alright, we are on the draw for round 1. Forgot to also mention we get to play a Gigantha Companion in this deck for when that comes up. We have turn 1 Guide Pride off this Lotus Petal, so we're going to keep that hand. No companion revealed by our opponent, so we don't have a Yorion Gamer. Let's see what we're playing against here. We got a Marsh Flats, so it's either the Mirror or Degenerate combo. That's pretty much the only things that are represented by that, and it is the Mirror. So hopefully, turn 1 Guide Pride is good. So let's go Guide Pride. Just try to basically steal back the play from our opponent using the Lotus Petal's power. And then see how good our opponent's start is, because we can also follow it up with a second Guide, second Pride, and Bombardment is incredible in the Mirror. So I'm feeling good about our position so far. They're going to crack a Marsh Flats, see if they're getting bad lands. That's what they're getting. Then they have Amped Raptor. See if they stack the trigger correctly. Could always mess that up. They did not stack it correctly, but they're on Mardu, so it doesn't matter, and they hit Ocelot Pride. That's pretty good. So I think next turn we're probably going to have to send the Bombardment just to try to check these cats. And then, yeah, we'll see where that goes. If I rip a Lotus Petal, then I could do stuff with that. That seems pretty weak. They're attacking with Guide of Souls. I guess they can jump it, so yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize they got 3 energy off of that interaction, but that is how that works. Amped Raptor is a messed up magic card. But yeah, they do end up paying the 3 energy. We will not block. Take 3 damage, go to 19. Then end step to get another cat, another life, another energy. That's how we do. So here, I can either take the line of Goblin Bombardment, kill their Ocelot Pride, and then my engine gets stopped for a turn, or we run out a second Guide, second Pride, and try to overwhelm them that way. And then we Bombardment. I kind of like that line of play. Let's go Caracas, second Guide, trigger, then play the second Pride, trigger, 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 and then we'll go to combat, send in the Ocelot Pride, and jump it. Get in for 3 in the air, gain 3, end step, gain a ton of life, make cats, and then next turn Bombardment should take control of this board state, but we'll see. They could just Thoughtseize me and then my Bombardment's gone. And I still have a pretty decent board for that. Caracas is fine. They have a second guide. They have a second pride as well? Or do they have their own bombardment? They have another amped raptor. Oh my. That is there's a lot of value. So you're gonna amped raptor into a voice of victory. That's pretty good. I still think I can start kind of chewing up their board with Goblin Bombardment, because I'm going to get the City's Blessing with 2 Ocelot Prides next end step. So they can jump their Pride and make me spend 3 cats on it. Because they're going to get 2 cats this end step. I'm pretty sure I can just remove every creature that matters off their board this turn. I don't know, just knowing I have this Goblin Bombardment in hand makes me feel a lot better about this board state. They're gonna try to get aggressive. It's a line. I don't know if I mean, what are you gonna do, block? You know, just getting more flyers isn't a bad thing for them. Oh, I didn't realize what they put in chat nice when they realized it was the mirror. This is nice. Right here playing honest tokens. Alright, so they're gonna gain a bunch of life, get a bunch of energy. As one does. Alright, I would like to not draw land. It's not a bad one to follow up all this. So yeah, let's go Arid Mesa, fetch. I will get a mountain. Let's play Goblin Bombardment. And then go to combat. They have no flyers in place. I'm going to send Pride Guide. And then jump the 2 creatures. So jump Guide. Then jump Pride. Get in for 9 in the air. And then we're going to go to end step. Make 6 cats. And then we have like 9 damage to throw around with bombardment. So let's, go to end step, trigger all the guide triggers, and trigger again. All right, with all these on the stack, let's start throwing things at things. So let's get this Pride off the battlefield. 3 cats. Let's get this voice off the battlefield. And then I think we kill one of their guides. We can also just kill an amped raptor. Just to get their permanent count down. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. And then just auto yield all these guide triggers. And pass. Yeah, bombardment is so good in the mirror. Alright, let's see what they got. They got 3 cards left. They've got a Bomba to follow up with next turn. 12 energy, 39 life? Hell yeah. Alright, they're sacking a Marsh Flats. So they're going to be up to 4 mana now. Alright, they're getting a Shadowy Backstreet, Surveilling. They're binning a Wasteland. That's, yeah, we're past the point of that being a thing. Another voice, that's fine. You're going to gain some life. I mean, I'm just going to get to jump my board again next turn. I just don't think they're winning this game. To jump my board next turn, also jump a Bomba. I'll get to jump Bomba, jump Guide. I mean, unless they don't attack with Amped Raptor. That's actually probably correct. I'm just going to make one... Well, no, I can make 2 dummy thick Ocelot Prides. Well, do I do that? Because they both 6/6 is the first strike. I actually can't do that because of how... Well, no, I can, because what we can do is first strike kill the Guide of Souls, and then normal damage This will have already dealt its damage, so I just eat their guy, or they're just gonna send everybody. That's fair. It's too much math. I'm recording this one later at night than I normally do, so it's too much math for this late. I think next turn I'm just shredding their board to pieces more than I already have. That's a big ol' Amped Raptor. Yeah, I'll take a lot of damage that still doesn't put me to even my starting life total. Yeah, not even close. Alright, then we will untap draw. We will cast Broadside Bombardiers. Gain some life. Go to combat. Send everybody. Pay the energy. Jump the guide. Pay the energy. Jump the bomba. Get in for 3, 6, 9, 12. 16 damage. And then, yeah, they're just very dead to bombardment. Yep. Pride. Yeah. Alright, game 2. It's a pretty good showing of just the strengths of Boros as an archetype. Now, what do we want in the mirror? I think we want Wear Tear. Just killing Goblin Bombardment is one of the more important things about this matchup. Now, on the play, we can definitely cut Lotus Petal. Had a good show. I don't hate it on the draw, but even on the draw in the mirror, it's not my favorite thing to have. And I can also bring in Magus, because it hurts them a lot more than it could possibly hurt me, because it's a lot harder for their deck to fetch around Magus, so I could probably cheese them out of some games with that. So here we'll organize this better, but nope, we don't want Grafdigger's Cage. So what else do we want to cut that's not that great? We could cut Static Prison. I mean, removal's removal, but Static Prison's kind of the worst removal. So we cut these, bring in Magus Wear Tear. Yeah, I like that plan. We'll submit this list. Alright, so going into game 2, we're going to reveal our companion, which probably isn't going to come up in this match. Alright, we got Pride into Amped Raptor with removal in case we want it. I like it. Sand Scout's great in the mirror. Just a creature that makes a lot of tokens. We like it. Our mana can creatures we like. So if they just lead on like Plains Gytosouls, we're probably just going to swords. Just break up their engines while trying to establish our own. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of that. I also need to move my stack. That is in a terrible spot. Yeah, we'll just swords their guide. Try to hopefully break up whatever plan they were going for. We just go guide Pride here, then fair enough, you got me. They play a Silent Clearing. Taking a damage. Voice of Victory, that's fine. Bomba. Now, what do we want to do here? I think we just want to Amped Raptor into a Johnny. That's pretty good. This card's unbelievable. Whenever I've cast Amped Raptor, it just... What were they thinking? 2 mana, guaranteed 2 for 1 on a 2/1 first striker. Ooh. Such a good card. And it's the red permanent for a Johnny. Crazy. I will be trading for that voice if it attacks. Let it be known. Oh, hang on. Well, no. I was going to move the stack. What you got? Another removal spell? Another Voice of Victory. I will still trade. Every day of the week I will make this trade. Also, I played a 3rd land so I can I can Sand Scout next turn. Hit my land drop. Getting myself a Lazotep Quarry. Gonna be eternalizing some cats. I doubt they've got anything else to do this turn, because that deck doesn't play free mana sources. So that's interesting. So we could bolt a voice and then play an Ocelot Pride and kind of get our own engine going while stifling theirs a bit. Yeah, I like that line. Kill one of their voices, play my own Ocelot Pride, pass the turn. These matches are great, just fast, snappy magic. We love it. Alright, they got an Elegant Parlor. Seem to be flooding a bit. We like to see that. It's a good spot to be in when you're on my side of things. And they do the silent clearing to cycle through an extra land. They have like, okay, they're just cracking silent clearing, so. I was gonna see if they had like Gaia Souls here. That would be some way to try and get something going, but they'd need one energy to kickstart that. So we're just gonna untap. And then I mean, we could Sand Scout. Could Voice of Victory? I kind of want to get my third land going so that I can start bombing. Let's just do that. I figured it out. Let's get Lazatep Quarry. Let's pass. I do think in the mirror I'd rather be on the Boros side of things. Just mana's better, you're better at doing the thing the deck wants to do. But also their draws have been a bit awkward. But we're both on 4 cards in hand. They could have a lot of things. But we will find that out. Alright, we got a Wasteland. It's not too terrible. Yeah, it gets me farther away from this Bombardiers, but yeah. Still only 1 land off. The rest of my hand's white, so not too worried about that. Also get a 1/1 out of the deal. Thanks, Sand Scout. Bowmasters. That is one of the best things that black gives you in the mirror is Bowmasters. Killing the Pride, that makes sense. They still can't really attack. Yeah, I think we just send another Ampteraptor, see where we get. Boom. Hang on. Move this. What did I exile? Magus. Damn it. Can't cast it. Only float some energy. Send the turn back. That would have been so good, too. If only I had a guide. We'll never get to a game 3, they know I have Magus. But the nice thing about playing against Mardu is that their only way of playing around that is getting the 1 planes in their deck. Which they'll do more aggressively now, but it's still fine. They have no way of making black mana with a moon effect in play. Another Scrubland. Tapping black mana, another Bowmaster. Cabal Therapy. What are we naming? This is going to be a little interesting. I mean, they're going to get to... If they name something in my hand, that's brutal, because they get to take 2 Voice of Victories while they're at it. Don't name Ocelot Pride. Or Voice. Name anything else. Goblin Bombardment. That makes sense. I do only have 1 of those, which is good, but... Yeah, naming that tracks. But now they're going to sack the Orc Army, flash it back, probably take either Voice or Ocelot Pride. And Voice is a 2-for-1. So that's appealing. We're down to 1 card in hand, though. They can't take me off both Ocelot Pride and Voice of Victory. This is an interesting game we got going, though. Up 6 minutes on clock, which is not going to matter. There is no way this match goes to clock. Alright, we're flashing back. We'll see what they name. There's no way it's Bombardiers. They name Voice. Sure, get the 2 cards out. And they're a good 2 cards. Alright, come on. Guide us Souls, Guide us Souls, Guide us Souls. Or a Johnny. I'd take either. Hell, even just a land would be good. Because this Bomba would cook. Yeah, I'll take that. Send a Bomba. And then we just ship an Ampteraptor right there. voice. There we go. They're down to 1 Bowmaster's in play. I've got the damage rolling in. So we got them to 9. See what their last couple cards are. Feeling pretty good. I mean, what could get them out of this? I honestly don't know. Because almost anything they can have, I think, God, if their hand is a Johnny Bombardment, it's not, but if it was, does that even do it? I don't think so. Oh, that's pretty messed up. That's about the best draw I could have had. Send everybody. It's gonna throw the cat at them. Really doesn't matter. GG's in the chat. And we got round 1. Let's go to round 2. Alright, we are here for round 2. Get to be on the play this time. Always prefer that. Alright, what do we got here? We've got Ocelot Pride as the only real threat with a Bolt Swords and a Lotus Petal. Now we're going to mulligan this, mainly because Pride on its own is not very much pressure. Lotus Petal isn't accelerating out anything, and we don't know if the Lightning Bolt and Swords are going to be good. If I knew we were in the mirror again, I would probably keep this hand, but I don't, so I'm not. Now this hand really wants a second land. If this had the second land, I think it's a keep, but it doesn't, so we're going to 5. This is the worst hand of all of them. I love mulling to 4. I mean, they're going to 5, so... Alright. How much do I want to play into Wasteland? I think we just have to keep 2 land Guide Pride. They're also mulling to nothing, which makes me think it probably is Oops is the most likely. I mean, I'm mulling to nothing because my hands have been kind of crap, but the most likely reason you're mulling to nothing is you're trying to assemble a turn 1 kill. So yes, we will keep the 4, put this back, this back, this back. And we'll see how this works. Maybe I'm supposed to actually just keep 1 land and then, like, more guides, more prides, but I don't know. Alright, so they also mulled to 5. Alright, it's... Oops. We're probably just dead. If we're not just dead turn 1, I didn't really keep a hand that stops them. Summoner's Pack for Spirit Guide. Dark Writ, Cabal Writ, Spirit Guide. There's Balustrade Spy. So we'll see their deck and then concede. Yep. Seems about normal. We'll go to game 2. Now, I don't have Leyline of the Voids in my deck anywhere. But I've got Grafdiggers. I've got Deafening Silence. My mouse doesn't work properly. And that's about it for Oops. Then we'll cut Static Prison and Swords to Plowshares. These cards don't do anything. Yeah, then we'll run this back. Come on. Come on. Oh my god, this mouse. Alright. We'll run it back. Alright, so we're going to be on the play here. Kinda necessary in this matchup. We got Grafdigger's Cage and a plan, so we'll keep. They're mulling to 6. It's a good start. Alright, they mulled to 6. Would have liked them to go lower, but we'll deal. Get a basic plains, cast Grafdigger's Cage. Then if I draw a plains next turn, we'll Guide Pride, otherwise probably just Amped Raptor. Alright, turn 1 tap Bog, and I get to untap. I drew Bombardiers, so I'm going to actually play a Johnny, because now if I draw a third land, that's the fastest clock I can present. So we'll get our 2 cats, we'll pass it back to them. And they had the Force of Vigor, so I might just be dead. Classic Oops All spells. Does prey on decks like mine. They got a Thoughtseize, so I can make sure the coast is clear. Taking my Raptero. Oh, they're just passing, so they don't have the kill. And I have the 3rd land. So we'll Bomba. Send with the team. Get in for damage. Throw the cat at them. Flip the Ajani. Deal them 2, and then deal them another 2. And then I might have them dead next turn. Because we go Guide Pride, 0, 5th cat, put them to 4. Yeah, they're dead next turn, so they have to kill me this turn. Summoner's Pact. Yeah, I'm probably just dead. Well, it was close. We tried. There's Undercity Informer and a Spirit Guide. Yeah, well, that's the Oops All spells life, so we will concede and go to round 3. Alright, we are on the draw in round 3. Hopefully not Oops All spells again. We will reveal our Elky boy and have a hand of really solid curve. We'll keep. Just Esper Sentinel into a Johnny into Bomba. It's about the best curve I can get out of this deck. This Elegant Parlor would be any other card, that'd be great. They mold to 6, start with a Polluted Delta. Into Swamp, into Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize themselves. Oh, come on. Well, that sucks. Play up my Esper Sentinel. This is the unfortunate part of playing a fair white deck in current Legacy. We just lose to this crap. Get to draw a card. That's something. I can find a Swords, then maybe. We reveal Reanimate Bowmasters. So they found Force, Barragoyf, Archon, Reanimate. Yeah, this all sucks. Shame I was not playing a deck that can punish the turn 1 Thoughtseize themselves. They were... Wait, does Thoughtseize reveal or... Oh, they did reveal their hand. What was their hand? Force, Brainstorm, Reanimate? So what did they take? They took Blue Delta, Entomb, Tamiyo, Reanimate. And they played Tamiyo. They played the Polluted Delta. So I know they have Entomb, Reanimate in hand. Cool. Let's just clear this down. I think I also know they have Brainstorm. I don't know. They got Entomb, Reanimate in their hand. That's what I know. I don't think Lotus Petal helps at this point. Yeah, I think we're just dead to Atraxa in classic fashion. Yeah, I'll just play a Johnny. Maybe I'm supposed to go Elegant Parlor, Lotus Petal cast this a Johnny so I can get a Surveil. Yeah, this is all bad. I mean, we've got a couple turns because the Atraxa isn't the fastest clock in the world. Actually, I mean, if they have the second black to just immediately Entomb, Reanimate the Archon. Brainstorm paying? Okay. Interesting. I don't hate this for me. Playing an Undercity Search. They have Entomb, Reanimate next. Oh, they don't even need to Entomb. Alright. There's Swords. So can I afford to save the Swords for a different... Basically, can I afford to save the Swords for Archon? Because that's getting reanimated next turn. I mean, so, alright, let's do damage calculations. I swing with Bombardiers. I can throw Cat Warrior at this. I have 1-2 creatures in play. Goes to 3 with the cat. It's another 3 to the Atraxa. That's 5 damage, so not quite enough to kill it. So I think I just have to Swords the Atraxa. And then Bomba Rush the Archon. Yeah, that's a plan. Let's do that plan. I mean, I just need them to have nothing. If they have anything, I just lose. Plains, Broadside. Not playing around days. If they have it, I'm dead anyway. I mean, to be fair, if they daze here... Actually, I mind that less. Okay, they are dazing. I get to draw a card. Drawing another Ajani. I will not pay for the daze, and then we can Lotus Petal Swords the Atraxa. And then I can 1 the Tameo. So that if they minus it, it dies. I mean, we're not out of it. Because now they reanimate Archon. And I sack. And I can sack the Cat Warrior, flip a Johnny, get... Well, I don't have a red permanent in play. Damn it. And I still sack the cat. Discard Elegant Parlor. Flip the Ajani. I think I need to Amp Raptor into something. That's fine. That's not. I'm just dead. Alright, game 2. Alright, sideboarding for Reanimator. We want all... Come on, mouse. Nope, my mouse just does not want to work. We want all of these. Yeah, we want that. We don't want Lightning Bolt. Come on. Oh my god, my mouse. So yeah, we don't want Lightning Bolt. Come on. What else do we not want? Bomba's a lot of mana. It's like we cut 2 of the Bombas. Make 2 more cuts. Cut Sand Scout. Well, I could cut a Lotus Petal, actually. Instead of, well... It's do I want Sand Scout or Bomba more? And I think I would rather have a Bomba and cut 2 Lotus Petals than run this. Yeah, let's try this. Alright, so we're going to be on the play. We'll reveal this Elky boy. It's a turn 1 Grafdigger's Cage with a whole lot of white cards to go with it. Alright, turn 1 Grafdiggers. Do you force? Nope. So I don't have to worry about the Reanimator package now. Now, if they have like a Tameo backed up by Daze, that sucks. They're just Thought Seizing. That's fine. I've got enough cards that I like. So they take the Ocelot Pride. That makes sense. It's like the one good card in my hand. Drew another land. You'll love to see it. Let's play a Johnny. See if this gets dazed. It did not. They're untapping. You've got 2 removal spells. The Reanimate's shut off for now. Another fatal push for the Ajani. That's also fine. All right. Another Grafdigger's Cage. I don't hate it. Let's just go to combat attack for 2. I'm going to deploy a second cage and then try to get a land off this Sand Scout. All right. They have a wasteland they can't sack. It's a... Well, Baraghoist's not even that bad. All right. Do I want to play into a Daze? Not for a lot of reasons. Reb. So yeah, let's just Swords the Baraghoist, playing around Daze. And send for 2. Then pass the turn back to them. Hit the boom by accident. And then next turn, Sand Scout. I have another land that even if I hit a third land, I can still Sand Scout and get a land off of it. Nice. Tamiyo. And Tamiyo Brainstorm's not too terrible, because I have the Static Prison for it. Tamiyo's still annoying. Draw step. We have a stop set for some reason. Alright, they don't have anything. Let's go land, Sand Scout around Daze. Go and find a Lazotep Quarry. It's going to get wastelanded, but at least I get left with a 1-1. They're fetching in response to the Sand Scout. They're getting another Surveiller. Alright, does my Scout resolve? Did they top that? They topped the Surveil. Alright, Sand Scout resolves. Let's go get a Lazotep Quarry. And attacking doesn't really matter, so we'll just pass. Bowmasters? That sucks. Cat dies. They get a 1-1. An attack with everybody? Just have another Bowmasters in their hand. I can't really afford to either have another one or it's a good bluff. Like, I can't block, so if they do have another Bowmasters, I just get absolutely destroyed. They're drawing a card. I got a Ponder. Nope, and I'm going to untap with Quarry. Yeah, they were just reanimating a big ol' Ocelot Pride. Yeah. So I get a 1-1 Sand Warrior and then also a 4-4 Ocelot Pride. I love Lazotep Quarry. Card is so sweet. Another Bowman. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, that was kind of stupid. You have to trade an actual Bowmasters for the Scout, which is better than not, but that's still a pretty silly play to make when they had a telegraphed. Alright. They're attacking with Tamus. They must have Brainstorm. Alright, this doesn't have flying. Never mind. I thought the Pride gained flying for some reason. It's not that busted. Whenever I see big... Oh. That's messed up. Yeah, it sucks. I've still got a lot of good cards in my hand. I just need to draw red mana. Let's draw red mana. I did not draw red mana. I drew Gaia Souls. That's fine. And just pass. Yeah, send the turn back. They're drawing a card off the clue. Tamiyo is pretty good. Yeah, they had to pop their own Tamiyo with the EE, which is nice. They have a Ponder. Not the blue deck getting cantrips. Do a polluted delta. Cracking it. Getting a basic island. Another Ponder. We'll see if they shuffle or not. Into a third Ponder. We love cantripping. Oh yeah, they also got rid of my Grafdigger's cages with that EE, so actually the reanimates are back online too. So that's bad for me. I'll take the 2. Oh, come on. This is brutal. Not blocking, so I'm attacking. It's bad if they have another Bowmasters. They trade. Go to end step and tomb. Nope, no end step and tomb. God, if I just find red mana ever, I'm in such a good spot. Yep, take 2. They just somehow have nothing after. That's wild. You know, Swords to Plowshares at least stops big plays, or stops big reanimates. I don't think I'm tapping. Now that I have swords, I'm definitely not tapping out for Jeggy. Entomb. Traxa. So they're going to get a refill off this. Unless they didn't find reanimate. That'd be nice. You know? Oh, they didn't. You love to see it. Now can I get... Oh, let's go. Basic Mountain too. Amped Raptor. What are we tapping for in response to this? It's a lot of mana. Are we going to hardcast Force? That's rude. Sure. I got more Amped Raptor where that came from. Put them to 12. Say go. Another Wasteland. They're fetching Polluted Delta. Arrow? Nope. What the hell is this? Oh, hardcast Archon. Yeah. It's pretty good. I'm getting rid of Red Blast. I think I'm just gonna send an Amped Raptor and see what happens. Down to 7. Gross. Wasteland does not matter at this point. Let's Raptor off the Wasteland. Into Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Alright. Then I'm just gonna draw Gigantha. It's finally come up. Alright. Come on. Claw it back. No. Oh, it's Fatal Push. That's fine. And Wasteland my Wasteland. Tameo. This is all fine. This is all manageable. Alright, come on, deck. Big whammies. Sunbait Canyon. Well, that cast Gigantha, so if I get dazed here, I swear to God. It'd be really unfortunate. They're wastelanding me again. That's fine. We got Jeggy in play. Bitter Triumph, come on. That sucks. Yeah, 3 Ponders will do that, you know? Now they're getting more clues, more cards. Yeah, I think we've lost. I'm going to have to spend a Static Prison on an Orc army. I mean, Thoughtseize is fine. I got 2 removal spells in my hand. They left me with Static Prison. Voice is something. Static Prison... I think I have to Static Prison Tameo now. Giving them cards is just asking for death. So I have the blocker for Orc Army, so I'm stable on the battlefield. I mean, if they have a removal spell, I'm dead, but... I don't know, they've been through so many at this point. They couldn't possibly have more. Also just dead to reanimate. Yup. Entomb Fate. Yeah, there's Fatal Push. Alright. Well, we lost a reanimator. Let's try to claw it back in the last two. Alright, we are on the play for round 4. We're going to reveal the Elky Boy, as is tradition, and we have a one-lander. We mulligan. We mulligan. We have a solid 2-lander. We keep. Well, sorry, solid 3-lander. We just have a solid hand. I think I bought him Sand Scout out of this hand. We like our boy Sand Scout, but not for this matchup. They're mulled to 5. I swear to God if it's oops again. I'm never recording at night again if it's oops again. If this league is oops, reanimator, oops, I'm gonna be real sad. Arid Mesa, pass the turn. Oh, for God's sake. No breaks for me. Yup. Let's see what their list is. Looks like we're on Pact of Negation, but yeah, those are going out in future games, so we're gonna scoop it and go to game 2. God, I hate oops all spells. Alright, let's bring in the Grafdiggers. Oh, come on. No, come on. Come on, mouse. You know you want to work. Alright, so we bring in Grafdigger's Cage, we bring in Deafening Silence. No, we bring in Deafening... No, we bring... Mouse, please. Let me bring in the... Nope. We're going to drag over 3 copies of Deafening Silence. And then, questions, do we bring in Stonies for Belcher if they go for that? I don't think so. That just seems like a losing... That just seems like we're losing. Board out Swords, Lightning Bolt. Sounds like a plan. Let's send it. We'll get to be on the play. Maybe it's enough. We'll reveal our Elky Boy. One day. I say that. It came up. Hate that I have to mulligan that. Best fair hand I've seen this league. Alright. We like this hand. We keep this hand. We bought him we bought him Lazotep Quarry here. That activated ability's never coming up, and it's a waste outside of that pretty much. Hopefully they mulled Oblivion. Did they? I mulled to 6. They also mulled to 6, but I'll be keeping my 6, and hopefully they go to like 4. I'd take 5 too. Yeah, we'll keep this 6. Wait, what did I bought him? I bought him the Sunbay Canyon. Shit. I told my alright, they kept to 6. I hate that. Alright, we're getting Plateau. They are not a deck that attacks my lands. We'll play Deafening Silence, try to slow them down somewhat, and hope these Amped Raptors are good. I don't know. Gotta hope for a miracle. It's oops. And they're gonna play out Thoughtseize. Well, they can only take one of my Amped Raptors. That's nice. They take the Ocelot Pride. Rude. Quarry, Amped Raptor. Let's see what Raptor hits. Lotus Petal. Yay. Oh, the Lotus Petal. Gets me every time. Alright, we'll pass. I mean, it lets me have mana to reanimate this Ocelot Pride. Oh, for God's sake. Stop having good 1 spells. I get to make a 4/4 Ocelot Pride next turn, so I have something going on. But yeah, it's a lot of hand attack. Just be stuck on 1 land. Yes. Alright. It's a start. So we'll do this. We will sack this, reanimate Ocelot Pride for 3. Sack itself to itself. Make a 4/4 Pride. Ooh, we got, that was a quick concession. So now, we gotta cross our fingers, because we gotta win this on the draw. And I don't think that's happening, because all they gotta do is hardball to a turn 1. So hopefully the magic gods look favorably upon me, and they don't get a turn 1. But we'll find out. Alright, so we'll choose Jagantha, as is tradition. I'm not gonna say no. So we'll see how this goes. Wait, did they keep it? Okay, they mulled to 6. They kept a son of a bitch. Yeah, alright, we're dead. They don't keep a 6 if it doesn't win on turn 1. Well, they might keep it if it's just like hand attack, but nah. Yeah, I'm dead. Spy. Alright. Legacy doing legacy things. Alright, well, let's see if we can at least get the 50 play points back in the final round. Alright, we have been paired for our 5th and final round. We're on the draw, revealing the traditional elk. Oh, this hand. Oh, wait, no, that's 2 lands. Never mind. Keep. I thought it was like 1 dual land and 2 Ocelot Prides. Please be tempo, please be tempo, please be tempo, please be tempo. We're gonna fetch for basic planes. And Swords the Tamiya. Oh, please don't Tomb Reanimate me, please don't Tomb Reanimate me. I don't even mind Reanimator on this deck if they don't have the nuts. I actually think it's a decently favorable matchup. I wouldn't be playing this deck if I didn't think it was, but no, stop it. This mouse is so annoying. Alright, so we're gonna go Guide Pride. Guide was a hell of a great draw. See if they have Daze. They're fetching, they got a Fatal Push. Brainstorm. Digging for a Daze or a Force. They don't have it? We got some stuff going on. We got the Guide Pride shenanigans. Ooh, it resolved. All right, we got some cats. Now, please don't Entomb Reanimate me. God, I had to say it, didn't I? They only have the Entomb. Oh, they upkeep Entombed. They're digging for Reanimate. Oh no. Actually, they found Archon, not Atraxa. I mean... yeah, taking the Static Prison, that makes sense. Drawing Wasteland. That is annoying. We play out Voice to start with, playing around Daze, and then we Ocelot Pride the second. Send in everybody, jump the Ocelot Pride to get around Bowmasters. And then we get a bunch of cats. And I'm pretty insulated into Archon now, too. Let's go, we got game 1. Alright. We know our board plan for Reanimator. Cut 2 of these, a Scout, the Lightning Bolts. Well, no, cut 1 of these, the Lightning Bolts, and no, mouse, please. And the Lotus Petals, bring it in Graft Diggers and Red Blast, and we will send it for game 2. Look, we got a game off them this time, so we're already up. Infinitely better than last time. Alright, we're going to reveal the elk. I mean, yeah, we've got Yard Hate, Esper Sentinel's good in the matchup, Static Prison's removal, and we got a Graft Digger's Cage for... Why is life difficult? I kind of want a Static Prison here, because now I've got Guide to feed it. Sure. I just don't want to deal with a Tameo. Oh, that's brutal. Feels terrible. Ponder. Setting up. Bloodstained Mire. I can draw land so I can at least play Grafdigger's Cage through days. What do we got? Another Ponder. EE on one. That sucks. And I didn't draw land. I'm going to play out Esper Sentinel to try to bait them into popping the EE. It's still going to be really good, but that's the worst thing in my hand. Thoughtseize. Gross. Well, I paid for the Esper Sentinel. It's a 2-mana Thoughtseize. So they're not popping EE this turn. God, if I just draw another land, we are feeling pretty good. Just need that other land. It's an interesting Thoughtseize decision here, because like you can take the Grafdiggers if you're planning on reanimating, but then I have like Guide Pride set up. Or you can take one of these 2-drops. Like Sand Scout can catch me up on... That makes sense. The Ajani's the best individual card out of all those. Fetching Bloodstained Mire, Underground Sea. Reanimating my Ajani. So now we're going to play the fun game of do they know how Ajani works when they reanimate it? Oh, come on. Maybe I'm actually supposed to sack the Static Prison. I don't know, man. This is real tricky. Because I can play out... I can just play out Grafdigger's Cage. It's still the least important thing to get engineered explosives out of all of these options. Yeah. This all feels bad. I could have sent Esper Sentinel and see if they knew. But then if they know, I just lose my Esper Sentinel for their cat. Or no, they just block with a giant. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Wasteland's fine. That's not. That's really good. I'm gonna block. Do you flip? Oh, come on, please. No, they don't. Alright, they know. Alright, well, I can't pay for this. It's Mesa for a mountain. Cast Raptor and hope. Raptor into Guide is something. This Baraglyph is just gonna wreck me, though. So it's looking like we're going to game 3. What? Alright, so... Got a clue. Really don't want them to get value off this Baraglyph, so I guess I'll chump. And then they didn't do anything else on their turn, so we'll untap and draw. Voice of Victory. I think I want to play Sand Scout. Get a land that they'll want to wasteland. And then when they wasteland it, I'll at least get a 1/1 that blocks Baraglyph. We'll pass. Also doing it post-combat, so I can't jump the Guide of Souls. Smart. Just drawing a card. That makes sense. This EE is just still in play, being a pain. I just can't let them mill with the Baraglyph. It's eating a creature every turn, but it's what it's gonna do. Broadside Bombardiers. So I could play that out. But I don't have anything that I want to throw with it. I think it's just voice. Because if I had one more land, I could at least like reanimate something with Quarry, get a 1/1, good stuff happens. Let's just play voice. They're fetching a polluted delta in response. And we're getting hardcast forced. Yeah, we're just concede to that and go to game 3. Nothing changes on the board plan. Yeah, I still don't like Lightning Bolt. Maybe it's better than Static Prison, but no, Static Prison's just so good against their big idiots. Yeah, we'll just run this back. Alright, so we're on the play this time. Jeggy. Alright, we can't keep the one land when it's not a colored source. Let's hope I don't get wastelanded. Let's bottom a Reb. Then lead on Mountain. Pass. We have Reb for a Tameo. Just lead on Ponder for once. Inquisition, sure. I've got like 3 good 2-drops. This is fine. I'm very curious what they take here. Let's go. Yeah, after thinking about it, it's usually a Johnny. Just as a single card, that's the hardest one to deal with. You know? Sometimes you just have it. Let's play voice. And then kind of just do a fatal push check. They got fatal push, then they just get to kill my voice, and it doesn't really do anything. And if they don't, then I get to have a voice. And voice is pretty good when you get to untap with it. They don't shuffle, they play an Undercity Sewer, so we get to untap with Voice of Victory. It's pretty good. So, ooh, Ocelot Pride, huh? Do we want to a Johnny or Amped Raptor or Ocelot Pride leave up Red Blast? I think we just want to a Johnny. And then send with the voice. And pass it back. What do we got? Big Barrogoyf. So now, I think what we do is we throw away the Voice of Victory to kill the Barrogoyf. Because it's creature, land, sorcery. So creature won't add to the types. Because, yeah, we play a Johnny, lose the Johnnies. Yeah, I still have warrior tokens left over. So yeah, let's send with these, because that's a free couple of damage I get to get in with. This opens up force again, but hopefully they don't have it. Or days. Alright, great. We get to do it all. Yes, I would like to flip. I would like to 0 and pop this Barrogoyf off the face of the planet. I still have 5 cards in hand. It's a lot of cards in hand. And our hand isn't too terrible. Tomb Reanimate sucks. Well, Archon's not the worst. It gets around Red Blast. This? Alright, we draw another Ajani. Don't think that's good enough. Let's play... Oh, I just said I don't think that's good enough. Let's play the Amped Raptor. into Amped Raptor. It's only 5 damage. Let's see if they block. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Free cat. No. Alright. Yeah, I'll just make another cat and go upstairs. Is it even plussing doesn't... Yeah. Yeah, I really need to hit a swords there. I think we've lost this. I mean, if I still hit a swords, then I have outs, but... Yeah. Second Amped Raptor was just not enough. This has been a brutal league. This has been rough. I mean, 2 oops matches will do that, but... Yeah, Saga tapped cat. It's going at face. Interesting. Yeah, I'll take 5. Maybe they have a Bitter Triumph? That would make sense. Why not go after the Planeswalker? Ponder. It must be Bitter Triumph. Oh, Petty Theft. Annoyingly also solves their problem. Oh, and they had a Wasteland. Yeah, I think we're dead. Oh, come on. That's brutal. We'll send for 8. Put them to 4. I mean, they attack, go to 7. They still have to have more in their hand. If it's like Barrowglyph, then yeah, you got me, Chief. Oh wait, no, they don't have to have more in their hand. I have to sack a thing. I go to 1? Not dead yet. Oh, if I had Lightning Bolt. If I had Lightning Bolt. What do we got, opponent? If it's Orcish Bowmasters, then yeah, I'm dead. That will also work. I mean, I'll take my draw, but yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, this league. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright, you got me, opponent. Let's go look over the list and go over my thoughts. So, pretty brutal outing for this deck, all things considered. I still really enjoy the Boros build of this deck, just personally, but playing against 2 oops opponents, Reanimator, it's also a deck that you just need to pick things apart. That's kind of just what this format is like right now. I really enjoy this deck, especially against the non-meta stuff, just because of how much you're, you just have a lot more pressure and consistency in your pressure in the non-meta matchups. When you're in the meta matchups, you would really like to have the hand attack that Mardu provides. Yeah, playing against 2 oops, 2 Reanimator. Wish I would have had Thoughtseize in any of those matchups. Didn't, and I lost. So, do with that what you will. That was this league. Brutal finish. But I'll be back tomorrow with yet another Magic video. See you then.